Hi everyone, for today's review we'll be looking at the Demoniacal Dragon Blaster, and this is pretty much Super Saiyan 3 Goku with the dragon. And let me take it out of the brown box. I just wanted to display it real. Here's a closer look at the packaging, and I gotta say this is probably one of Demoniacal's best packaging design, and honestly I'm surprised that also it didn't arrive damaged during shipping, so I think that brown box did help for that. And I just wanted to say, if you're looking for this online, make sure that you have the version that says Dragon Blaster and that you can also see pictures of the dragon, because a lot of sellers are only selling the Super Saiyan 3 version. I think the Super Saiyan 3 version only is called Dragon Storm or Sandstorm, something like that. So make sure you check on those details. And on the side, there's a nice illustration of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And then on the back, some shots of all the accessories the figure comes with. Then on the side, it's another picture of Goku pretty much in the famous pose, Wrath of the Dragon from the DBC movie. And this is how the figure is packaged inside the box. And it does come with a stand and some additional hands and the dragon whiskers, which I found it odd that they couldn't make space for it, especially in this big old box. And it also comes with this bonus envelope. Let's see what's inside. I don't know if this was for people who pre-ordered it first, but let's see what's inside. Probably some additional faces is my guess. Okay, yeah, so an additional face, so let's see. So it's just a face looking out to the side. We'll see who gets this version later on. And before I forget, I wanted to do a close-up of how he scales next to the Games Begins Goku. And as you can see, they have the same gi design. I think this is, from Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and before, before Toriyama changed the style, what Super Saiyan 2 was supposed to look like. But you can kind of see from this one, because in the Mansion Buu saga, then he goes from pretty much Super Saiyan 2, and then Super Saiyan 3. But the one I think Demoniacal Fit is based on is, I think it's the same body as their true martial artist. So if you already have this figure, it's pretty much the same body. I don't know if it's the same color though, so that's something too. Also, I didn't notice any shading on the figure, so it's just plain the plastic color. But what I can see is, like, I think and I'll take a closer look, I think the Demoniacal Fit did a really great job on the sculpting on the faces. So let's take a closer look at the figure and the head sculpt. So that's comes with his halo. What I noticed too is, like, the hair doesn't feel as heavy as some previous Super Saiyan 3 figures, and I think it is shorter. So it is smaller and shorter, so that way you can get more possibility from the figure. Because I think, what was the famous figure from Kong Studios? So this is a nice alternative, if you're gonna end up paying the same. So you get the dragon, and as for quality control and on the figure, the joints are holding up pretty well. So a little bit stiff on the knees, but I wish this would have been like a tighter joint though, especially on the hips, especially since it's got to support all the weight. The neck articulation is a bit limited. So it's up to you. Let's see how much range of motion once I take off the face. Oh yeah, it's really limited, as you can see. So, that rotation is on the hair, okay, but once you put on the faces, that's where it becomes an issue too, because the faces are not gonna align properly. Yeah, so the faces, if you want him looking down, they won't tab in, so you have to pull it back. So see, now the face is they get in the way from you looking down. So pretty much left to right. Maybe some motion looking up. No, not really. But yeah, the hair does, have what? 1, 2, and 3 points of articulation. So here, second one, and then the bottom one. But yeah, I mean, pretty much I can see all the collectors, displaying this with the dragon. So I think it's great that they added the stand. So I'm just switching faces so you can get a closer look of all the faces. So yeah, I think the faces capture Toriyama style and Super Saiyan 3, especially the 90s look, The paint-ups look good. I think this is the extra face. Which it should be sculpted a little bit. Maybe bend it with hot water. But yeah, I think this is the extra face. I think the envelope stretched out the hair. And if you want to recreate his transformation, the iconic Super Saiyan 3 transformation. So there it is, And now let's take a closer look at the dragon. And here's the dragon, and it is attached to the base. And I think you can also remove the dragon from the base, but for the review, I think seems it doesn't have a mouth articulation, so it's just static. So that would have been great, add some articulation on the mouth. Let me see, let me take a closer look, unless it does, but I don't see it. But yeah, overall great sculpting on the dragon. Not much shading on it, but pretty much I don't think the arms move either. They're just static as well, but as you can see, painting on the back of it, really great. Here's another look at the bottom stand to hold up the dragon. And then before I forget, let me add the dragon whiskers too. Oh no, this is a shame. Unless it is for each side, one smaller than the other one. But then yeah, the left one, you may need to shave off the area maybe with like a smaller knife. Let me try it off camera. I do apologize. Okay, here we go. So off camera worked better. Took a while, so yeah, just be patient with it. You'll probably need hot water if you want to mess around with the whiskers and how they go and everything, but now as for the stand, it does come in 3 pieces. So I think you connect the top part, which is for Goku, and then this is the bottom part, which I'm already probably gonna see issues with. I don't think the bottom support over time is gonna be able to handle the Goku's weight. But yeah, you just connect it here on the bottom of the base. The peg connection is right there. The dragon arm may get in the way, but let's see. Let me post Goku. Let's see. Maybe get the hair the opposite direction. So let me try that. Okay, so that's probably as best as I'm gonna get here, just using the camera. But I'll rotate it, that way you can see. But yeah, honestly, this is a great price if you missed out on the Kong Goku. I think it was pushing like 100, 120 for a few years ago. And I think it was released also last year. And then there was a KO copy, or I don't know how many times it's been released. But this is a nice alternative because it comes down to 80 including shipping, depending where you get it from. Because you may even be able to get it cheaper than 80. So right now is the time to get it. I do recommend it, especially one, if you don't have a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, if you missed out on the Kong version. And then 3, you know, you get the additional Dragon base, which looks great for all the Goku figures that you have, or any other like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And also if you're a Senseiya fan, I think this is gonna go great with Shiru or repainted green. I can see like a lot of KO dragons after this in the aftermarket, so there may be even a KO, but that will depend how cheap it may be, especially because of the weight of the dragon. So right now is definitely your chance to get it. And I think AliExpress, they have sometimes like coupons the beginning of the month, so you may need to wait now for the June's coupons. But let me know what you think of this figure. I mean, are you gonna get it? Did you already get it? And yeah, I'll appreciate it if you can like that video, share it, and also follow.